What's going on, everybody? It's FlashMob, and this is episode three. So we here. We got a lovely guest, Shannon Christina Young. Woo! Professor Shannon Christina Young. My bad. Right. Correction. My bad. She finished. We also have with us, again, for the third time, look at her, smelling herself. It's all good though. We have Samantha Howard.
Hey. Hello, everyone.
Now, this guest right here, man, I don't even know if I have to introduce him. He's just, that famous,
He's a man that needs no introduction. Would you put your hands together tonight? I don't know where we're going, but we're going somewhere. Would you put your hands together
Rest
tonight?
on your feet.
Rest on your feet and clap your hands for me.
Will Johnson, everybody. Will Johnson, he is a preacher, comedian, life coach. It's so many different things you could call him. He's actually the producer of this very show.
And I identify as a Christmas tree.
Yo,
what?
No one ever.
What?
If you can identify
this is gonna be a long
something
show.
Else in this day,
it's gonna be a really long show.
I identify as a Christmas tree.
I love that.
Call me Mary.
Yo,
I'm a Christmas tree. Give me gifts.
Gifts under me.
Put gifts under
Put
me.
gifts under
Put
me.
gifts under
Actually
me.
insane. So what I like to do is. I'm so sorry.
I'm gonna use it. I identify as a Christmas tree. Put gifts
under me.
Put gifts under me.
So good. That's so good. That's so good.
I made room. Place your gifts
Under
me.
Yo. All right. So what I like to do is when it's a guest's first time on the set, I like to share the encounter I had with you that showed me that you were special.
Sheesh.
Right? So, ladies and gentlemen, Will Johnson. This is when I knew he was special, right? I think it was, when was the SOB show that he did? November last year. Mm-hmm. It was November 2024. I mean, of course, he's always been talented, always hilarious, right? But this personal encounter, right? They said, I think I was talking to 21 over there. And he said, Will needs musicians for this thing he's doing. It's called Choir Rehearsal with Friends, right? And it's this thing, it's the craziest thing in the world, right? He makes the whole entire room a choir, right? Like it's I've never seen anything like it, right? So he literally gets on stage. He's the choir director. The audience is the choir. Now, SOBs, I don't know if you know, if you're not from New York, right? SOBs is not a church environment at all.
Quite the opposite.
There's a bar. There's a bar. It smells like weed.
Sinful things happen there.
It's not a church environment, right? So I'm like, okay, let me see how this is going to pan out. They said he needed a band, right? He pulled up, said, oh yeah, speak to Will. We spoke. He said, this is what I want to do. This is how I want to do it. I'm like, this is very interesting. But one thing about me, like, I like going against the grain, right? So I'm like, let's see where this goes, right? So he gets on stage and immediately commands the room. People have drinks in their hands. Mm-hmm. People, like, all kinds of things are going on. He has the whole entire room singing gospel classics in the middle of New York City. Mm-hmm. I was like, this is a different kind of anointing. This is really different.
Can we talk about the line outside though? The line was long, okay? That line was so long. I felt it so bad.
Well, actually, no, wait, that's the second time. Oh. Because remember the first time he came to try it out. Whose concert was that? Was it?
Was it?
What's his name?
I can't.
No. Poindexter guy from Jersey.
Don't mess up his name. Let's just not. No. But it was someone from Jersey who had an event there. I mean,
I don't know. It was definitely a Jersey. He's from Jersey.
What's the man name though?
It's okay. When you see this, you're gonna just comment your name.
It's crazy.
Okay. Anyway, at that very moment, I said, you know what, this person is different. And the chemistry that we caught immediately between, you know, my brothers, I think I had Ace with me, my brother Ace, and Kenny on bass, right? And the chemistry we created on that stage in that very moment was like, yeah, this has to continue, right? But wait, yeah, so after that happened, after the event, we immediately, you know, exchanged information or whatever the case may be. And it was like an automatic brotherhood. Like, you know, sometimes, I think last episode we talked about the company we keep, right? And we were talking about how, I think Chris said he knows immediately when he's going to put somebody in the friendship category or when he puts them in the acquaintance category. Immediately, I'm like, this is my brother. Right. So I want to say I thank God for you. I appreciate the godly connection. And I'm looking forward to everything God is going to do in and through you, brother. So that's when I knew you were special.
That is honorable to me because I looked at you that night and I said, hey, could you do this? And I beatboxed the beat that I wanted. I had been working on this 6-month plus flip of Power Belongs to God. And it was in my head. I wanted to do it so bad. And I looked at you and I said, hey, do this. You did it. Ace and Kenny, first of all, y'all three are always locked in. Ace, Kenny locked in with it. And before you know it, we have the Power Belongs to God flip that I've been hearing for months.
Crazy.
I was like, Jesus Christ. It feels so good it's like that one thing you decide to do. It felt so good to finally get it out. And you brought, every time we work together, you bring my visions to life. You bring that sound to life. I told y'all when we did our 3-day stint with the Tri-State Choirverse with Friends vibe, when we did Delaware, Philly, and New York. Yeah. I said, all weekend long, make it weird. From Philadelphia, we did Everybody Clap Your Hands. The song didn't even breathe for 2 seconds before it got weird. And I said, oh, okay, well, we're here now. And it set the tone for the night. So I knew you were special the day that I saw a video of yours. And I said, this dude, like he can play. It's not like playing the drums. It's like you have a different something on you when you're playing. I told you, and you didn't believe me. You thought I was playing with you. I was a fan because I was saying his name wrong. I was saying Daniel Revell.
That's so good.
I was like,
Revell is crazy.
I said Daniel Revell. I'm still a big fan of him. Like he's one of my favorite drummers. Yeah, no, he's amazing. And then to know him as a person, he's absolutely great.
Daniel Revell is an awesome person.
Daniel Revell is great.
He's great.
This is actually
he
insane.
identifies as a Christmas tree.
Under him. Put them under.
That's right.
Yeah. I'm screaming. But can I go? Can I say when I knew you were special? I'm going to take it back to Periscope days.
Jesus.
Yes, because that's where we met.
That is
on Periscope. And what's crazy is we were on Periscope literally every day.
Every night?
Every night. Every day. No, literally. Like, and it was a bunch of us. But what's crazy is everything that is so amazing to like just watch your journey. Yeah. What you are right now, you're consistent. You've always been this person.
For sure.
Probably not like branded and in the way that you are right now. But this is you. There's no show, there's no act. And literally he would have us in there literally every night. Crying, laughing, whatever. He was preaching to us. It was like, we'd be when you play around and then they get good, and you're like, like yeah, like he would be preaching to us. He'd be telling jokes, and we'd be literally in stitches. We singing, some of everything, like literally everything that he's doing on his page, he was doing. I was say doing to us, Lord, doing with us on Periscope.
Watch it.
And from then, I was like, this man is a star. Cut it out.
Sorry.
Watch them, Lord. Cleanse them.
Yo.
Amen.
Watch it is crazy.
Yeah, it's childish.
No, but like literally, like you were a star. I'm like, he has the ability to make us laugh. make us smile, make us feel closer to God, that is a weapon for the kingdom.
He's a disciple. He's a disciple.
No, seriously.
Apostle.
All in one.
You are watch out and protect that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. But that's when I knew you were special.
So
You want to give me?
I actually go. So it actually has nothing to do with me, but just my family, and I know how they are. Josh and Jam, I love you guys, and Logan and Anaya.
who's Josh and Jam?
Oh, those
You
are my
played
people.
with.
I'm saying, you know.
Those are my sister. Well, those. I hate that. Josh is my sis, and Jam is her husband, which is also my brother. And they also have a brand, Melanin's Not a Crime.
Firebrand.
And I know they worked with you before, and they're good people. And I know they don't just cling to everybody. And so we were speaking. They told me about you, and then I knew you were coming to New York, so I was just excited from there. So anyone who treats my family like family, they got me. I'm sold. And so that's when I knew you were special. And then we went to Empanada Mama, and we were just chilling and talking. And it was also really great. And just seeing that you're also like very down to earth. And, you know, people love to be brands, you know, but you're not that.
Baby, this is him.
Yeah, he is who he is.
He's the man.
This is really, really wonderful. I'm
Don't
trying seriously not to cry.
I love tears.
We me and my best friend, we typically we'll praise each other, but hearing other people say it, it's very sobering and very beautiful. Because I don't do it for praise. I work extremely hard this year. So to be sitting here doing this tonight and hearing those wonderful words at the close of the year, this is beautiful. So I appreciate that. I really do.
Let's drink champs.
Love you.
Give it up for Will.
Yeah, no, that's beautiful. Oh no.
Oh man. Well, I had an icebreaker here, but I feel like we broke the ice. Kind of, sort of. Do not. Oh man, this is real tear. Love you, bro. Oh man.
We love you. Yeah, we really do.
Oh man. You love when people cry.
Like, it's so nice because he's crying for a great reason.
What is? Are you okay?
Look. Oh God.
I love that.
Oh man.
The man tears out.
Yeah,
for sure.
This is why I told you I like being behind the camera. Behind it. I don't, man, come on. Cause
Yo,
look,
you good, brother?
Listen, real men cry.
Yeah.
They do.
And people need to see
the ladies love
that.
that.
I'm a baby. Let me
No, they love that. They say you feel your emotions, we love that.
Like,
But you started weeping, then I was gonna be right there with you.
It was gonna come out.
Yeah.
I was like,
there with you.
I was on people's couch.
Oh man, yo,
You know when they give you that embrace, that
oh my God.
Arm came around and said, you need it. I started thinking about everybody that died.
Yo,
My granddaddy. He been gone for 9 years, but I miss him. Don't embrace
yo. Oh my gosh.
I had to bring me back.
Saturday.
All right. So today's episode's title is Bet on Me, right? So when you hear that term, or what should I call it, that phrase, immediately, what's the first thing that comes to your mind, Will?
Believing in myself. A person believing in themselves to be able to accomplish and complete something. Like, bet on me. Not letting anything or anybody hold you back. Just doing it. Being willing to tread dirt where others will tread pavement.
So when was that bet on you moment?
I'll say November. Okay, what is this tears thing? Jesus Christ. And I'm not saying it because he's in the room. For those that don't know, my best friend he's always by my side, whether he's on the phone or whether it doesn't matter. He's always there. November 2022, I called Arian, that everybody affectionately knows is 21. I called Arian and I said, hey, I'm getting ready to leave this particular group of people, and I need someone to help me. We were already working together years before. But I said, I need somebody to help me. And he said, okay, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do it. This is what's going to happen. And you're going to have this and you're going to have that. And I said, okay, I'm going to do it. the moment that I knew I was betting on myself is the moment that I caught him. I knew that I believed in me enough because the people I was with, I was leaning and dependent on. Yeah. But I also didn't know that they were slightly, in a way, kind of not giving me the best life that I could have. To bet on me, I had to say, hey, yo, we're going to take some losses, we're going to take some gains, and we're going to have to say no to some things. I'm in a way better place now than I was when I started in 2022 because I bet on me and made that phone call.
That's right.
That's big.
That's right. Go ahead.
Yeah. That's big.
Yeah. Having somebody who knows, and he doesn't know the business like that. Mm-hmm. He just knows how to run stuff. Like, he knows how to run stuff. Yeah. If you ever want to succeed, call 21. You want to win? Call 21. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you. You want to win something? Call 21. You want to know how you can. That man, he ain't never fixed a TV a day in his life. But you want to know how to work your TV? Call 21. Because I guarantee you, by the end of the night, or by the time he get off the phone with you, get back on, he'll know how to fix that TV. He'll even know what cord to use.
Like that.
No, absolutely.
That's crazy.
So that's when I knew.
That's when you knew. Shannon, when was that bet on you moment?
Ooh. Oh, my bet on me moment was, I want to say 23. I made a decision to leave my job of 10 years. Absolutely love working there. Shout out to Cook School. Fresh out of college, started working there. But I remember praying to God because I wanted to finish my degree in early intervention and parenting, which I'm done with. And I needed to pay for school. Like, financial aid was playing me. They was like, yeah, we're not helping you, sis. And I'm like, okay, I have a $10K bill right now. I cannot afford to live on my own, pay for a car, pay for insurance, and pay for school out of pocket. But I also knew that God told me to do this degree. So I was like, God, you got to make a way. And so as soon as I said that, someone wrote me and was like, hey, are you looking for a job? And I was like, nah, this is weird. And very long story short, because it's a very long story. He basically was like, what do you want? He asked me how much did I want to make. I had to do calculations really quickly. And he gave me $5 under what I asked for. But then he also supplemented it with money for transportation, which I wasn't taking nobody's train. So definitely, and I was working in the city and I was doing what I wanted to do. Something that like, I wasn't really qualified to do on paper. And I was scared, y'all. I was scared because I'm just like, I don't know this man. He's randomly writing me, asking me, do I want to leave my job? Asking me how much I want to make. Like, how do I know he's going to give me this money? But he did. And I stayed there for like a year and a half. And it was scary. It definitely was scary because Cook was my comfort zone. Like, I grew there. And that was the time I really had to bet on myself. And while that was happening, I also had to move. And that's when I moved here. So it was just like a lot happening. And I was like, God, if this man fumbles, like, I don't know. But I chose to trust God. And I chose to really believe that he was going to carry me through. It was scary.
And now you're rich. Now she's rich, everybody. She's rich.
No, I'm not rich yet, but I believe God for it.
Oh my, look at this view.
That's a nice view. All the way out here in
to God be the glory, y'all.
And somewhere else, New York.
To God be the glory, because let me tell y'all, I was just like, how am I doing this on Cook's salary? And I was really scared. Like, I was so scared. That job let me do whatever I needed to do. I was so scared. Oh,
God be praised.
We don't know no jobs that you have the job, but then the job is like, you can do this, you can do that. You know,
they would let me go on tour. They would let me go everywhere. Vincent, like they were great. I was a head teacher. Like, my parents loved me. It was just great. So I'm like, why would I leave security? Like, I know every 2 weeks I'm gonna get this check.
Spoke about that comfort.
But then my best friend was just like, I spoke to DJ, and he was just like, if you're gonna bet on anyone, bet on yourself. Like, you spent 10 years here. He's like, grow, expand. And I was just like, okay. And I did it.
Why would I leave security questions?
It's
real. Baby,
like,
I'm secure.
I have to figure out health insurance,
baby,
life. I'm like, I don't know about all these insurances. Like,
this is the devil I know versus the devil I don't know. I know you.
Yeah.
No, literally.
So I know how to maneuver.
It was one of
you,
the best decisions. I feel like definitely in that season I learned to trust God. Completely.
Love that.
That's a part of betting on yourself. You have to survey the risk and see, hey, listen, am I willing to deal with the emotions that come with having to wonder, how am I going to do this? How's that going to get handled? I'm leaving the safety of what I know to go into a territory I've never been in.
AB.
And the possibilities are, one, endless, and that don't mean good. Sometimes them bad possibilities are things too. And you like, them lights can get cut off.
Yeah.
Lord.
Who kind of ain't gonna be at this door?
Why are you telling me to go and do I don't want to do that. The Lord would have told me to go in the fiery furnace. Forget that. I'm bowing.
But when I think about it, I feel like God was he was very strategic, because I was looking for places in Jersey.
Always strategic, honey.
And my mom was like, I feel like God wants you to go across the water. I'm like, across the water where, girl? I'm already near some water. And she's like, check White Plains, check Yonkers. And I'm like, no, I don't want to come back to New York. It's expensive. And me coming back to New York was leaving everything and the support that I built in Jersey. But it was time for a new beginning. And I'm glad I moved here. I'm glad. I'm so glad.
Bet on yourself. High
five. Air fives. Roll over here.
Sam, what was your bet on you moment?
Well, it might have been 2017 or 16, around there. I was working at Plaza Auto Mall. So it was Honda, Toyota, Acura, and Hyundai. I was a receptionist. Hated that job. I was a receptionist answering phones. I mean, they wouldn't even let me read a book, and there was nobody coming into that dealership. They wouldn't let us read a book. I was getting in trouble for writing songs. I hated that job so.
I don't like that.
I hated it so much. But it was a means to an end. And at that point, or even leading up to that point, my mother every day would come in my room, or while I was gone, and leave job listings. Get a job, like how parents are, because, I want to do music, but I was always looking for a job because, you need that security. But that day, and I think I got that right out of college, not right out of college, but it was after college. The day I bet on myself was the day I chucked it to my boss. It's like, I'm out of here. Because, okay, so I got a call to sing for John Legend and Common. On the Golden Globes.
Fancy.
And I needed to go to a rehearsal. And mind you, okay, so anytime I get a job, I always let them know in advance, I need to travel, I sing, I'm an artist, this is my schedule. Are you okay with that? Sometimes I get last minute calls. This music thing is and they're like, yeah, we good. Yeah, we straight. But when they get into it, they good until they just not good, right?
Yeah.
So we spoke about this, and I was very transparent, because to me, music is my first. Everything else is after that. So that day, I told her I have to go to this rehearsal, and she was like, no. And I said, yes, I have to go. I wasn't really. I was kind of telling you, not really.
I'm not asking you. I'm just letting you know that I'm going to be going.
I told you in advance, this is what is going to pop up, and when it pops up, I'm gonna need to go. You said yes. All I'm doing is answering phones, and no one's here. What no one's here. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going. She was like, you're not going. I'm like, when you hired me, we spoke about this. And it was a back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, until she was like, Samantha, when 1 o'clock hits, I better see you still in your seat. You better not walk out. I said, okay. 1 o'clock hits. Okay, jacket on, coat on, and I started getting up. She's like, "Where are you going? Where are you going?" And starts chasing me down the block. I wasn't ready down the block.
Down the block.
She was chasing.
It's actually illegal.
Insane.
She actually is not supposed to do that.
If you leave right now, don't come.
You.
If you leave right now, don't come back. I said, I quit. I ain't coming back. And I did it. I promise you, I quit.
I'm sorry, you said what? Do it again.
I quit.
That's right.
Literally, while I was walking, and I turned around and did that. You gotta catch the visual. It was a scene out of a movie.
I quit.
Literally,
that is really good.
Literally,
Oh
I promise.
gosh.
I promise I did that. And if you're watching right now, I don't remember your name, but if you're watching, you can attest that this is true. Just type in the comments. She's telling the truth.
Guess what? She quit.
Literally, I quit. I quit. I'm not coming back. I didn't come back. Matter of fact, everything that was mine, I gathered before, because I was like, oh, she gonna fire me.
No, you already knew.
Yeah, but I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm going. And I was defiant. So that's an offense. I knew I wasn't getting my job, but that's fine. I quit. But yeah, that's when I bet on myself. I have not turned back since. I've been doing music full time, and I was worried about like how am I going to sustain myself? How am I going to like be an artist and support myself as an artist when I'm just starting? I'm a background vocalist, and I'm not out there yet. How do I got bills? Like even though I'm living in my parents' house, I still I had a car, phone bill, and again, music is expensive. But I literally was like, well, the Lord said your gifts will make room for you. And I gotta trust him. And I talking to him at that time. I mean, I always be talking to him or whatever. But he told me that's what I should do, and I did it. And you know what? I've been kept ever since. So.
Yo,
I'm kept.
yo, she love a hot
Because I
note.
quit.
Were you worried about what your mom was gonna say?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
I don't even think I told her at first.
I definitely wouldn't have told Margaret.
Because she be worried. Like if I go on a vacation too long, she be like, be careful you don't lose your job. I'm like, I'll be all right, girl. Okay. And she's very, very, very worried. But no, yeah, I was definitely scared. But I don't know, it was exciting as well, like, and liberating. I felt free.
That's it. It's the freedom that
I
comes
felt free.
along with like taking that betting on yourself.
For sure.
'Cause that's what happened to me, just like autonomy over my time, and I never had that. Like it was 8-3.
You get to open your eyes, roll to the left,
What I say?
roll
You'd
to
be
the
like,
right.
I'm not going in today.
Close
I'm gonna do
your
this
eyes
alone.
again. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna do it at all.
Oh.
Yeah.
No,
I felt the
absolutely.
same way when I quit working for when I stopped working for the school, because I would say, okay, cool, I'm here. Once I get off work, the money was cool, and once I get off work, I'll be able to do some content. I'll do this. Man, I got off work dealing with kids all day long.
Went to
Crashing.
bed.
I'm tired.
Done.
I don't
Crashing.
want to do anything. By the time I woke up, it's like 7:00. It's late, and my walls were paper thin. So me being loud doing content, my neighbors are beating on the wall, or the one came and knocked on my door. And I was just like, man, I got timid, and I got afraid. Like even when they wouldn't be there, so I recorded Christmas albums, Very Churchy Christmas Part 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Those I did all on my phone. But when I was recording those albums, I had to correlate a time when everybody wasn't there. And sometimes my neighbors would be there, and I'd be like, okay, now I got to sit on this project for at least about 8 hours. I shouldn't feel like that. So I quit that job so I could do what it is that I love to do. And that liberation, I quit. That liberation that I felt from actually like betting on me and saying, all right, we're going to do this full time. We're going to go full time. What I'm doing now is a prayer that I prayed a year and a half ago.
Yes,
I've been living
Lord.
answers.
Yes.
Literally living the answer prayer. I told
I
you
know, I'm
I
about
wanted,
to cry.
I wanted to
Hold
live in
on.
hotels. I said I want to be on planes for a year straight. Like this is what I want to do.
This is it.
And this entire year, from February to
God is so
December,
good. This is it.
the 20. I flew today. December the 23rd. I've been on planes.
Oh,
Love that for you.
Planes.
And for me too, because he's going to do it.
Yo.
yes, sir.
Are you finna cry too? You
All
cry.
right, cool. Bruh.
No,
Yo.
once I start, I'm not gonna be able to.
No,
stop.
this is what I'm saying. That's like I got to stop myself.
God has been very good. Your turn.
Didn't I tell you? Good.
Stop. Your turn.
You know, it's crazy. I have two different moments. I have two different moments, but one was like seeing it through, but another one was like very early in my life, right? So the one where I saw it through, let me start there. The one where I saw it through was I was in college, and I was also a substitute para teacher. So I was in college, a substitute para teacher. I was still playing at my home church. And anybody who knows about a home church knows home churches don't give finances. Praise the Lord.
They're disrespectful.
They
So
don't appreciate you like them outside folk.
I was literally living off of extra gigs. You're broke. I was living off of extra gigs and the power money. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it was little, like power money was $100 a day or something like that at the time. You know, I was still in college. So whatever.
Back then,
Right?
No,
That's good.
but I was
You're rich.
That's so dumb. No. But
Their fault.
you had to understand how tired I was, though.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I've
To go
taught
to
before.
school and so I had a full scholarship, right? I had a music scholarship, but it was a private school, so it didn't cover everything. So like, yes, I was at Nyack. So I had to pay my way through school, still go to work, and then still be faithful and diligent to my church. Now, my home church, the way it works, Sunday morning, Sunday evening, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday youth services,
have no Wednesday
Saturday, no, Bible study was on Thursday.
Oh, okay.
Pastoral teacher, right? Then Saturday we had rehearsal all day. So it was like, how was I doing this? I don't even know. And then Vincent actually went on that first Italy tour. That first Italy tour we took, and he asked me, could I go? I wasn't supposed to, but I went. You know what I'm saying? And that was, in that moment, I was like, you know, whatever I come back to, because if you aren't in school full time, they kick you out. Well, they don't kick you out. They take away your scholarship.
Yeah.
And there was no way. There's just no way I was paying for that school without the scholarship. So came back and like everything has been lined up ever since. You know what I'm saying? Like I haven't, you know, needed in that regard. You know what I'm saying? God has definitely been good. But the one earlier was more of a indication of what was to come. I was again at my home church, and there was this guy. His name was Chris Holmes. Shout out to Chris Holmes, right? He came by my church, and at that time, you know, you used to have church concerts and like 30 groups come and
Oh yes.
40 choirs, right?
And it ends
So-
at midnight. Ends at midnight. There's
Man,
fish
listen.
frying in the
Everybody-
back.
About 5 groups try to shout you.
Bro.
And they just
So-
chilling fish in the back.
I thought
That's my favorite part.
I thought I had a break, right? So I thought I had a break. I'm like, all right, I just finished playing for my church praise team. I got a break. I'm gonna run downstairs. So on my way downstairs, I had this big old Vic Firth book bag. I thought I was a cool drummer back then. I was like 15. I thought I was real cool. So
Is this the short tie era?
this was the short tie era.
Argyle and short
Big
tie.
knot,
Yeah.
big knot, short
Big
tie.
knot.
No.
That's when everybody was tied in
think
GA. That was the victory
The
outfits.
defenders.
Everybody had the victory outfits.
Hanging
That was
up
around
high.
then.
Ooh.
Oh, God.
So
Oh my God.
So I'm on my way downstairs in my church, right? And somebody stopped me. Whoa. We need a drummer. Can you play? Right? So, and for those who don't go to church, right? There's this thing, we're taught to be humble, right? And the way we're taught to be humble is usually people say, oh yeah, you're great. And you'd be like, oh no, I'm not good. Or I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like that was how it would go. So the dude, he said, we need a drummer. Like, can you play? Like, can you really play? And I was like, I mean, I'm cool.
All right.
Like, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? I hit it with, no, let's take it easy. Let's take it easy. let's, you know, take it easy. So I was like, I'm cool. And he's like, nah, I really need to know, like, can you play? Like, and in that moment, I had to make a decision. Like, am I going to say, like, yeah, like, nah, I'm good. Like, I could really play. Or was I going to just be like, still wavery? And in that moment, I chose the first option. I said, nah, yeah, like I can really play. And I went home and I thought about it. I really thought about it because I'm like, this wasn't what I was taught. You know what I'm saying? This wasn't what I was taught. And then as time went by, I realized that people like us, I'll say people like us, we are our own brand, right? And you have to market yourself as such, right? The reason why we patronize Target, Walmart, all of these different businesses is because they market themselves properly, you know? And it's no way you're going to patronize a business that doesn't believe in themselves.
Yeah.
Right? So I had to think about that. I'm like, if I show or if I act like I'm not that good or whatever, and I know I prayed for this, I know I put in the time for it, I know I practiced all day. There was days I was like in prayer, like, God, why don't I have any fresh ideas? You know, that's how hard I prayed before I played, you know, because I really, that's what it was. I probably should go back to that a little more. But that's a whole nother conversation. Nevertheless, in that moment, I was like, wow, this is what you're saying to me. And ever since then, anytime an opportunity has come across my desk, that I knew that God wanted me to follow through on, I always said, absolutely, I can do it. And then the way my friends would react to it, it was uncomfortable for them at first, because it's like, he think he that good, or he think he, but in reality, I don't think I'm that good. I think the gift that God gave me is that good. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, it came from him. So for me to even sit here and say, you know, oh, it's not that good, it's almost a slap in the face to the giver.
Yeah.
You know, and that's how I had to perceive and I had to think about it, because it's like, I can please you by saying I'm okay or I'm decent, but in reality, does it really please him? Am I accomplishing the things that he set and put in my path for me to accomplish? And sometimes you have to say yes and say it confidently. And I know that's like such a little thing, like that little just saying yes to playing for a little group at the let me not say little group, but playing for a group at the church. You know what I'm saying? But no. Chris is my guy, and at the time, like, that was the first person I ever. After that event, I started running around with him, right? And when I was running around with him, that's how I met Corey Henry, actually. So one always leads to the next. Nevertheless,
Always.
you know, it's just all about that initial yes. So that was me betting on myself in that moment. You know.
That's pretty dope. To know that humility piece, because we are often taught to be humble. To you shouldn't praise yourself, and sometimes that could play on our the way we view how good we really are.
Yeah,
we downplay ourselves.
So we downplay ourselves so when people be like, "Oh man, I really enjoyed you." You know, sometimes I struggle with being able to say,
Accept the compliment.
It's really hard, because like I don't know whether you're gonna take this as me being prideful. So I just say thank you, or I tap my chest. A friend of mine came to the show I hosted yesterday, and he said, "I'm so proud of you." And he said, "Don't give me the church pat on my chest." And I was like, I'm not doing that just, out of church pat. I'm doing that because I don't necessarily know how to say thank you outside of just thank you, without you taking it the wrong way. And which is sad, because like you said, your friends were like, "Oh, thank you." That, and it's like, and sadly, I think that your confidence ignites somebody's lack of confidence, and it makes them aware. So jealousy is the first answer, because I don't know this about myself either.
Yeah.
So you're so sure that you can do that?
Yeah.
Then why am I not sure? So it comes off as, he's just arrogant. No. What you're saying is, you're not sure about you. So because I'm sure about me, you messed up about it.
What's crazy is, as a man thinketh, so is he. So there's a lot of times we thinking or not thinking something of ourselves, and it's coming out.
Yeah.
You're literally...
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
You're
literally acting out what you're thinking or how you feel about yourselves. And once you switch what's in here, you'll notice that just everything, you're going to act different. You're going to take different opportunities. You're going to say yes to certain things. You're going to say no to certain things, because you're acting as if you know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, literally. And that, like, to be honest, now, like, I exude, like, when I'm in my moments, whether it's production or like playing, it's like I live in it. But to his point, though,
definitely live in it.
But to Will's point, though, if you compliment me, I still get weird. And my default is by saying it myself first. I'm like, yo, I kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, that helps me. Yo, that literally helps me. You know what I'm saying? Because if somebody else says it, I just be like,
No, you really do that.
Yeah, no.
We
literally had this conversation the other day.
What's crazy is he'll be like, I kind of killed that. And if you start going in, he'll be like,
Streaks. It's like, you just said it.
You said it first. And you're like, oh my God, he's so full of himself. He's like, oh, self-destructing. Like,
and melting.
Literally. Literally.
No,
You
seriously.
do a great job
You do.
at what you do. And it's not, I'm telling you, it's not just playing the drum. There are drummers who just play the drums. And then there are drummers who literally, they paint the picture, they set the scene, they make the mood better, they make the keyboard player play harder.
Yeah.
It's
He
rare that
enjoys
you...
what he does.
He does.
You
You
can tell.
do. And you can tell.
And that's how you know you and your
It's happening right now. It's I'm melting. I'm melting.
Guys, it's happening. It's happening. It's happening. It's happening.
When you get in that flash mode, you can
Yo.
tell when it's Daniel and you can tell when it's Flash.
It's hardly ever Daniel Chill.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's that on the drone.
Yo.
But that's great because I feel like a lot of people actually, they're doing things they're not passionate about. You know,
sure.
and I understand sometimes passion doesn't pay the bills, but I'm glad we serve a God that makes your passion pay the bills.
Yo, and you know it's crazy? Like, I think one thing that helped me is the closer you get with God, right? The closer you get with God, the more you know what you're supposed to do, right? So I'm pretty sure he said something really dumb just now. I'm sorry. No. Yeah. Y'all got to switch seats next episode.
First of all, and you were not the serious one last episode.
Yeah.
We
might have to edit that out.
I gotta tell you
we are off
what
air.
she did last episode. When this cut.
But yeah, no, seriously, knowing who you are in God helps you to be more confident because you know what he purposed you to do. Sometimes we're not confident because we're so unsure. You know what I'm saying? The uncertainty is just like mind-boggling. It's like, God, what do you have for me next? But the more you spend time with, the Bible says the Holy Spirit will lead and guide you into all truth. Truth being what you're supposed to do, where you're supposed to go. You know what I'm saying? So I think that is a part that a lot of people miss in this whole thing. It's like we still are doing everything for a purpose. You know what I'm saying? One purpose. So I think that's what helps us. I do want to ask, I think we're running out of time, but I want to ask you all, if you had one thing to tell the listener, whoever the listener is, whoever the podcast watcher is, about betting on yourself, what would you say? I'll start with you, Shannon.
I would say just do it. I love to plan.
Okay.
And sometimes the planning makes me procrastinate.
Just do it.
They better give you a little
They should.
Yeah.
I hope they do.
I feel like the planning part of me is actually procrastination. I'm learning that.
Yeah.
So I would say just jump into it, just do it, and just trust that God is going to order and direct your steps. He's going to place the people you need there. And that's just it.
Go ahead.
I feel like she said all the answers, but
I said one thing.
No, it's pretty much the same thing. Like, for those of you who are afraid to bet on yourself, like, nobody could bet on you better than you. So you do it. You take your life in your own hands. It's a matter of your livelihood. Like, do it for you. Do it for your generations. Your legacy is counting on you. Your lineage is counting on you. Think about your children. You want them to look back and be like, wow, mommy did.
Yeah.
You know, so just think about that. Whenever I think about betting on myself or working hard or I'm having a hard day, I just think about literally my legacy. What do I want people to say about me when I leave this earth? Thanks.
Well, all has been said and done. I don't have anything wonderful to tell you. I can't make any promises to you. I can't even organ softly now, please. I can't even tell you what you can't do, but what I can tell you is what you can do. And what you can do is do what I do. I bet on myself. I trust me. Even when it is, no, seriously, even when it's untraceable, and it's kind of hard to figure out where it's going to go. Even if you don't have the answers, even if nobody calls you, you got to realize your stage is your job. It's up to you to create that stage, whatever platform that is. It doesn't have to be a choir rehearsal with friends. It doesn't have to be a flash mob. It doesn't have to be a Dr. Shannon. It doesn't have to be a vocalist for the world. That's stupid. It doesn't have to be whatever that platform is, whatever you decide to create, it's up to you. Here's the thing about an opportunity. Opportunities come. And after the opportunity is over with, you're sitting back waiting for the next opportunity. How much more work could you do if you built it yourself? You got to bet on you.
Wow.
Well, I don't think there's much to say after that.
We really did take all the answers, though. I'm sorry for that.
Yeah, I did. To be honest, I could just give Bible.
Get the word out.
That's right.
I love the word.
Bishop.
When I think about betting on me, or betting on you, I want to say the Holy Spirit is the answer, right? He brought up trusting yourself, right? And trusting yourself is trusting the God in you, right? Having the faith in the God in you. The Bible says faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. Whatever you're hoping for, whatever you can't see, God has the answers for you. So bet on yourself. Bet on the God in you. All right. Episode 3, FlashMob out. Peace.